Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV, the unofficial YouTube channel of the top of the table, mighty Reds. Yes, Liverpool 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1, the late Bobby Firmino goal, sealing all 3 points and sending the champions back to the top of the table. What a game of football that was. Absolutely outstanding entertainment value from start to finish. Both teams actually gave it a better than I thought we were going to see, particularly from Tottenham Hotspur, who had a good go in the second half, more than I think we felt, given how let's say, lacking in ambition their play was in the first half. But whatever, Liverpool have got the result, and it's time for your reactions to that game. If you're here live on YouTube right now and you're a YouTube member, you can use the live chat alongside. I'll go through to some Twitter comments in a minute, but I'll start on the live comments here, then go to Twitter, then come back to the live comments. If you want to sign up, you can do in that meantime. MJSLFC says, mate, great performance, dug in when needed and found a way in the end. Williams did really well. I'm really pleased for Reece Williams in this because, and I said this during the commentary, this Mourinho wants him to be the talking point at the end of the game. I mean, he'll want himself, of course, to be the talking point, and he'll want his team to win. But in terms of, he wants us to be sat here post-match going, well, we started young Reece Williams at the back and Tottenham really put him to the sword. And there was a couple of moments in the game. Look at it again. Ultimately, it's him that plays Son onside, and is that onside? It looked offside, to the naked eye. And if they've done the millimetres thing, then that's just the shitty world we live in at the moment, isn't it? But and there's a couple of moments where there's the chance for Bergwijn when he gets sucked in. Yeah, there's a couple of little testing moments, but by and large, Reece Williams is fantastic in this game. Yes. Charles Joseph, couple of comments from him here saying Bobby finally looked his usual world-class self. Form is temporary, but class is permanent. Completely agree. And then says, my God, Curtis Jones is the real deal. The kid is or should be undroppable now. Again, lots of these sentiments from Curtis Jones. I am absolutely blown away by his performances so far this season. This is a kid who's gone from being, taking his first tentative steps really into the first team last year, playing in, heavily rotated sides and sides full of kids in the FA Cup, coming into restart, getting a few more minutes here and there, getting some games under his belt. And now, okay, when everyone's fully fit, he's going to have a real battle, and that's when we'll get a real sense of the quality of Curtis and how he handles that situation. But, I'm not asked, put him in the team, play him for every game. There's a point where you go, well, we'll put him for certain types of football match or whatever. No, Curtis Jones just come into our biggest game of the season and once again absolutely bossed the midfield. So much of the good work in the first half comes because of his link-up. He's in the box, he's causing problems, he's doing the sensible things, he's maintaining possession, he's keeping things ticking over, he's being composed and sensible when he has to be, he's being brave and youthfully exuberant at other times. Wonderful. And he's a Scouser as well, which is even better. Prajesh Pujari said, mate, Bobby was brilliant and also ended up scoring the winning header, which was great. We've had enough fun giving rivals hope for 13 matches and hope all the title rivals crumble around us. That's the big thing about this game. I don't know whether you all felt the same way as me going into this. I feel like if Liverpool had even slightly fractionally better luck with injuries, we would be absolutely pissing this league. Absolutely pissing it, because Liverpool haven't gotten where all our best players are still in their prime. All our young players are now either still young and getting better or entering into the start of their prime years. This squad is so phenomenally well balanced, and it's got so much depth, and it's got loads of quality, and we're starting to progress young players into this to kind of plug the gaps as well. This side isn't like the Man City side where they got every ounce of juice out of their world class talent over years and years and years and years. It would have been naive to expect Liverpool to not continue to be pretty good this season or a very high standard. And it felt a bit like we've dropped off in our own little blinkered bubble. As you look at the context of the rest of the league, everyone else is struggling now. Everyone's dropping points this weekend. We looked at the Fulham results and we're like, oh God, are Liverpool going to struggle? What was that performance? What's Jürgen doing in rotation and all this kind of stuff? And we've just come into the biggest game of the season. It's the team that was above us, the only other team that's been able to come close to matching our level of consistency this year. Spurs give it a good go in the second half, and they did have a good couple of chances, but come on, really. I thought, and Mourinho has a bit of a whinge about them, thinking they a draw would have been unfair, he said. I thought Liverpool battered Spurs. I thought they had a good little go at the start of the second half, and I said a couple of decent opportunities, not without opportunities, but I thought we were much better than them. Crazy CEO says, mate, how fucking cool is our squad and manager? The coolest, the absolute coolest. Football fan with the super chat. Great win. This team never gives up. I know, absolutely incredible. And that's the point. We know this. We know this about this side. It loves a challenge, and I didn't feel like a draw was a bad result there. I felt like we'd be fine in anyway. But there was something that felt massively significant about turning a draw into a win there. That's become an even bigger 3 points, because let's be honest, a draw would have been absolutely sound. So to then get that extra point and to just get us above Spurs, yeah, absolutely unreal. Alex Gregro with their $5. Thank you so much, Alex. It's snowing over a foot here in Pennsylvania. Liverpool winning will have me bouncing, shoveling. Go and make some snow angels. Make one for me and Chris, and then take a photo of it and put a crown on top of one, do a Mo one, and then send us some photos at the Redmentions TV. That would be amazing. Right, YouTube members, live comment. I'll be back to you guys in a moment, so if you want to get your comments in, put Mate first and then write it in there. Over on Twitter, we've got Usman Ali. Mane is a machine. He had both Sissoko and Aurier completely gassed and just kept going. I thought we were looking leggy. I thought, Kurt Jones started to look tired and Mane was looking tired, but they were tired too. And I think it was like, it was a Rocky-ish type thing. They were slugging away defensively and we were slugging away in an attacking way. And Mane, he was unplayable today. He's so unlucky not to get a goal. That chance where he gets the ball played through from Kurt Jones and he rolls his man and he hits the bar, like that deserved a goal for his all-round performance. He was fantastic. He needs to start scoring some goals again for us. That would help all of our hearts. But no, he was absolutely unreal. There was a load of lads out there. Gini Wijnaldum was another one who got better as the game went on. Josh Taylor says, I think I felt every emotion in that game. Every emotion, from the deepest anger and frustration to the highest elation. But whatever, up the fucking Reds. Absolutely, Josh, I agree with that one. I don't think I felt angry in that, to be honest. I was so sucker punched by their equaliser that it was hard to really feel. I still want to go back and watch that period of play to work out quite how it all comes undone for us, because it was a bit like turning on after an advert break and finding it's a bit. Have you ever seen I don't want to spoil No Country for Old Men, but if you've seen No Country for Old Men or Burn After Reading, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It had a bit of that about it. Damn you Coen brothers. Jonathan Hartley just says sex. Yeah, it's up there. Certainly up there. Gizzy says, I think we need to check Fab and Reese's pockets. I've heard Harry Kane's gone missing. This new Harry Kane, he was okay in a couple of decent moments. He's but when the talk is him, then he does a very Firmino-ish job, and this is a guy who's got all the goals and all the assists so far this season, and you can see what he does. He's a deep line target man for them. He's looking to win headers and knockdowns and flick-ons and all that, and play quick balls over the top, and he's quite good at that. But Bobby, he's doing a piss-poor impression of Roberto Firmino, and you could see the true star of the show ends up being the man with the big pearly white grin. Carl Stephen, massive. What a match. Thought Bobby was excellent throughout. Looked sharp with his footwork. Great movement from Mane, and just needs to practice some finishing. Jones is going to be massive. Williams did great. I'm so hype. Absolutely, mate. I think we all are after that. In fact, yeah, here we got GBR guy says, I feel like I need a cigarette after that finish. Yes, I very much feel I'm a massive biff there and a cup of tea and a big sit down. You know what? No, town. That's what I need. I need Pop World right now. I'm devastated that we can't just go to town and get absolutely leathered till all hours in the morning to celebrate that one, because that's how massive that result is. It's a town kind of result. Leon Berling, Curtis Jones is incredible. How are you consistently bossing the midfield for the English champions at 19 years old? Absolutely. Said this before, he's been given his opportunity. Circumstances handed him this chance more than I think we would have given him naturally, because you've got to play Thiago and you've got to play Naby and you've got to play Ox, you've got to play Milner, you've got to play all these other lads who are all senior, top quality footballers. And he's just been handed this chance, and he is picking it up, and he's ran with it, and he's done more with it than I think we ever really expected. And last one here from Twitter, Cambo1508 just says, Bobby Firmino is so fucking fit. He is, absolutely is. Right, oh wow, it's all going off in the live members chat. We've got a super chat here from Nunzi 182, Blink fan maybe. £10, thank you. Mourinho, you absolute bunce. Yeah, Mourinho, a lot of dead funny. I said it again during commentary. I live for seeing miserable Mourinho. I love it. I quite like Jose Mourinho. I'll be honest. I like the fact that he's an unabashed bellend. And look, if he'd been our manager at any point, we'd have well bought into the Mourinho thing. We just would have done, because again, he's got a bit of that like the fuck you attitude that I think is quite a Scouse attitude in some regards. But I love that he's never been our manager, because I'd hate to have to live with that style of football over and over again. It works for Spurs because Spurs have done fuck all for years, and it'll do them all right this season. I reckon they probably win a domestic cup, and they probably win one of a domestic cup and a Europa League, maybe two, because they're brilliant. They've got brilliant players, they've got good depth, and again, they have got a very, very good manager. But he manages teams that I don't like. Or are completely indifferent to, in the case of Tottenham Hotspur, but they're setting themselves up as rivals, and that means that if Mourinho is upset, he's failed, and that means I'm genuinely happy. Johnny Walker, welcome aboard, first team member. Big Unzi says, Mate, Fabinho coached Williams through the match, looking better and better each game. Kers has looked so comfortable and settled in this team. I completely agree with that, mate. Ali Sophia saying, Mate, personally defending our unbeaten home streak with a win is my personal highlight. Bobby Firmino, what a man. And that's it again. Mourinho will have had all this, they get a win there, and they could have got a win. They could have snatched a win on the counter, definitely. You get a win. You've broken Liverpool's home record. He lives for that, because he loves a good home record himself, and he loves pissing on people's chips. He makes sure Tottenham are cemented at the top of the league, and he gets a big psychological boost for his squad and all that kind of stuff. And we've just absolutely turned it round and shoved it right back in his face, which is lovely. Jack Hahn saying, if Tottenham is our main title rival, I'm not worried. Very good at what they do, but one-dimensional, and their finishing shows reliant on two players. Yeah, 2 or 3. I mean, look, I know Bergwijn had a pretty decent game for them as well today. They've got Alderweireld's a class defender. Lloris makes some good saves throughout the game. They're a really good team, loads of depth. They're a team that was a footballing team that's been given some steel. Normally when that happens, players' heads fall off and fans' heads fall off. But again, Spurs have been shite for years. They're used to being shite. So they'll glom onto anything that's a promise of giving them a bit of success. Harry Kane more than anyone. So it's fine. They're just, but I agree. I don't think they're ready to be title challengers. And Liverpool are just, we're in our prime. We are absolutely at the top of our game. We are like, there's a time when like the British heavyweight boxing scene was just sparse. Completely sparse, and like you've got like a Lennox Lewis just being the British heavyweight. It feels a bit like that this season. No one else is quite ready. Man City are on the way down, or due a rebuild big time. Manchester United have got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in charge. Spurs are Spurs. Arsenal are fucking shite. Leicester will probably be okay, but again, do they have enough depth, enough quality? And Rodgers got the experience at the top end of that. Chelsea have got Frank Lampard in charge, and that will be on their undoing at some point down the line. Even they've put loads of players who still need to gel, and they've got loads of pressure. If they don't deliver in one season, their fans' heads all fall off, and they look to sack them. And we've just got this consistency. We're the best team. We're one of the 2 best teams in the world. We've won loads of silverware to back it up, and we've got a deep squad, which is somehow getting us through a worst injury crisis we've ever had, and we're top of the league. 9 first-team players we out at a point last week. It's ridiculous. We've lost the best centre-half in the world. We've lost his first-choice partner. We've lost the best controlling centre-mid, creative midfielder in Thiago. Barely even played him. We've had both full-backs out for periods of this. All our understudies of them have been injured as well. We've got our understudy to the front 3 out. It's ridiculous. Liverpool have got no right to be top of the table. And the reason they are is because they're fucking brilliant. And that's that. Right, Chris is going to be back with player ratings. I expect big numbers from you guys. Stay tuned for that. And then come back for the instant match reaction again. Don't forget, I've said this plenty of places, but the final word show is tomorrow. It's me, it's Chris, it's James Sutton, and it's John Machin, my old fella, chatting about Liverpool being top of the league. Perfect time to sign up to join what we do on the redmentv.com. And if you join at the Club Legend level over on there, not only do you get loads of extra bonus features and discounts off merch and free merchandise and free tickets to live shows where we can do all that, but you enter the competition to win our signed John Barnes print and our signed Jordan Henderson t-shirt, which I keep pointing to, which isn't on screen, but there it is. It is signed by the captain himself. I literally held that for him while he signed it, while he was looking at a mural we made for him. Welcome to James Wars, joined as a first teamer. You're awesome. I love you very much. Have a wonderful afternoon, evening, I should say. I'll be back in about half an hour with the instant match reaction. Hope to see you guys there. And if not, yes, see you on the other side on the redmentv.com for the final word show tomorrow. Yes. Bye-bye.